to see this number 3 of the small series of how to use Archi HTML repo. In the first two videos, we use the first one to understand the structure of the Archi HTML repo. Within this first video, we did the repo generating from Archi modeling tool and introduced the AlaSQL language and use that to build, to show the table, and I demo to you using the Rise editor to build the data model. And the last second video is we go through quite detail from foundation to some advanced query to use AlaSQL. So we beyond the show table, and we select certain data from specific table, and we use the combine to practice how to do the drawing among the different table to extract some complex data if you want to get that from those Archi model. Today's video, as mentioned in the beginning, is I want to show you how to use those HTML repos exported data in our analytical tool. I show you the PowerBI. So first is we will learn additional command from the query. AlaSQL is how to export the data into our file to your disk. And then we use the CSV by default, and then we load this CSV file into PowerBI desktop. So to follow my today's video, I suppose you have the PowerBI desktop in local, and you can connect to the remote PowerBI service or web service, so that you can also follow those repo publishing the practice step, or you can view your repo local if you don't have the remote service. After we load those data, we will use our first video's data model to build the relationship also within PowerBI is called data model. So that is we can have the linkage between those loaded tables as the data set within PowerBI. And we will create some visuals. I also starting from the basic one, like list down your the model's scale, like is how many the elements, how many the property relationship. Secondly is we make some table-based list so that we can show to people is what the different element in your model. And the third is we will retrieve from the multiple relationship to show the joint, the insights of your data. So the if we come to the Archi tool, so if I make this Archi, let me open that. So I have opened this Archi in the Archi assurance model. So here you can see we use this repo, go to the HTML, then we get our the HTML-based browser available, accessible repo. And you can also use the two parts. One is just directly model to CSV. This one, if you use that, is you will get 3 file: element, property, and relationship. So you can you don't get another 4 tables within the HTML repo. You can also get use this Excel export plugin. So if you join those patterns, so you have this Excel for Archi plugin. So my current version is 1.0. So if you use this one, you can export the model to one single Excel file. Within this single Excel file, you have three tabs. One is the element, and one is property, one is the relationship. So from the content-wise, it's similar to the CSV. But just a little gap, that's why I want to show you is to utilize the HTML report to Power BI. Because you can get another two file for folders, two file for views. If you want to have a more thoroughly analysis, HTML report generated file will give you more content. But actually, if you don't too much care about the folder and the views, actually in my day-to-day work, I use this Excel export plugin. It's fairly enough for my Power BI. So I just wanted to show that first. And then I have making some update during after last video. So if you go to this file, I add two add-ons in the last. So first add-on is I give you some one additional command as the count. So this count is later on we will see we can use the card in Power BI easily to count how many elements or items in certain table. But I didn't introduce these keywords. It's same as the normal SQL. So if you put count with our star, then it will show you the numbers of these elements. So let me put that in the left, and I can also demo to that as well to you. So let's see. So if I come to the data Archi assurance, so I come to this one, the report in the left. So you can see here is if I do this select count from elements, so ensure is the E is capital, then you get the total number. So you can do this count for the different tables. I show you these three just as a sample. And also you can count and make the group by. So so here I count the relationship type, or you can select the relationship type as our column, and then second column is the count. So let me copy this here. So if I copy that, is this statement means I will group by type, group by this, then they will count a separate group contents. So now you have if you don't have that, is let me see. So my relationship, I have a 402 relation, and then in each type I have this one. It's not all the available Archimate relation. It's only the relationships you have already modeled in your file, in your Archi assurance model. So that is the same as if I put this one and change this to see here. So it's very easily you can do the similar things. It's like I want to see the elements. So just put these elements. So I will get is different elements. Then I know is I already have 47 capabilities. That is the majority, most things, and I have maybe 10 requirements, 10 goals. So those are the very easy to show within the HTML report. But keep that in mind. I will also show you those similar things when we come to the Power BI. The second add-on I want to mention is how to clear the AlaSQL console. So since you see, you need to scroll down and scroll up to see, and actually it's in if you in the some the other the SQL language is you have the Control L, but Control L in the Windows base or the browser base is have already occupied by some other shortcut. You cannot clear that. So here I introduce two short workaround. One is if you want to back to a clean window, you can click this Archi this model name. Then you can see, then they refresh this right part and go to purpose again. And if you switch to query, now you have the this clean window. And if you want to see, so secondly is if you want to make that again, so you can just do this the same way. And what I will introduce another thing is you can read is I already did this is thanks for Phil is introduced this to me in this forum discussion. So he's really is hacking our line of this HTML report export plugin file. So adding our customized button. So this button is just to do this. When you do the on-click, it will make the console clear. So if I back to this Archi assurance, so actually once you made this and save, next time when you do the HTML report export, you will get that difference. So I just opened this 5.3 before, and if I open this 5.3 with clear button, so when you come to here, you can see, and now I have this button due to this line. So once I have that line, is I have this this ones. So if I put in is no matter here is doesn't have anything, but if you click that, it's back to the clean. So these are the second workaround I want to introduce. So that is the two add-on I put after last video. Let's move to today is to first step. If you want to go to the Power BI, you need our source data. So the before this add-on, I add this one. So to introduce you the one more statement, AlaSQL support is SR into. So this select all the things into our CSV keywords, then give this file name. And from this table name, then you will export those files, tables content into this CSV, which will be our source data. And again, if you are using in Windows OS, the file will be stored in the downloads and then folder. Then you can use that by Power BI. And also, if you in the end use this semicolon, so you can also run multiple statements at the same time. So I don't want every time is I run this 7 times, 7 different scenario statements. So I just wanted to run this as a one copy paste. So let's say here is I don't have anything in my download here. So my download is you can see, so it doesn't have the file. So let me show you. So if I run this paste here, you can also directly paste that and run that. It will first download the one file and ask you the permission is are you going to allow Windows to download the multiple file? You just need to allow. So then this 7 file will be downloaded. So now you have from elements to folder. So let's make those to the one temporary file, which I will show you. So let me create a folder. So test PBI. So you have this 7 file. So we finished step 1. Now let's go to the Power BI. So I have my Power BI here. So I will click this Power BI desktop and open that. So when you have your Power BI open, this it will by default come to this welcome window. And then let's go to here. So I have this Power BI empty one. Before you go to anything, is save that to one file. So let me save that to also the same file, a folder. So ctemp test PBI. So Archi PBI, or you can have your any names. And then we use this get data. So we just export that to CSV file, right? So you get that from text CSV, import data from our CSV file. Then we load from temp here. By default is starting from the first one. You can see here is that they recognize the CSV and ask you is, are you going to separate that by the semicolon? So that is what I can accept. So then this, if I make this load, so just load that. So from here, the data, you have the first file. So this file have those columns. So we will do the transformation later on. So let's just repeat those files together. So because Power BI is quite smart, they allow you to do this initial the file recognizing already. So let's just continue. So folder. So I can make a pause and finish that. So now this is the last file. So we'll have those 7 files. But if you, here by default is the report view. So if you go to the table view, you have the model view. So let's go to the table view. So you see here is the name is the column 1, 2, 3. So that is not the actual good column name. So, but element, I'm not quite sure is why they doesn't have those column names. So let's go to the transform, and let's see here. Now you can see. Let me view doesn't view the quality. We don't need that. You can see here. So the first column is actually the header, but they don't give you this as a header. So every table now you have source and the change type by the automatically. Let's use this one. We can transform, use first row as header. And then this we have ID, type, specialization, name, and ABC, so documentation. Ensure is we use ABC for text for the ID, because later on is we will try to join those mapping the ID. So sometimes is a certain column they will automatically give you like a decimal or whole number, the identified, but using text across the different table will give you the easier way, unless you know two tables, the different, these two key columns are using the same type. So table by table, you just use this use first row as header. Let me pause. Now I'll move to the last table. So all the tables, now I have the header row. So since we check those IDs on different tables, especially the relationship, you know, relationship table has 3 columns with ID. So this is the relationship ID. This is the relationship's source element ID, relationships target element ID. So both are ABC. So that means the text. Then after you did this, we don't need some other special the transformation for now. So let's build our relationship first. So let's close apply. Now you can see on here, so every table's the header is changed. So it's good. It's because with the header now you can see some meaningful things. And remember, is in the first video we did together our data model. So here you may see if you put into the this Power BI. So Power BI may guess some the data, the different tables data as a relationship, but those are not actual correct 100%. For example, I don't think it's a folder content can have a one-to-many linkage to the view contents content ID. So they, because as we talk is folder contents content ID can have either is the subfolder folder as the content and also have the element and the relationship. But the views content can have the view and the relationship, and the views content doesn't have the folder as the content. So that is only the same is they have the same name, content ID. So this guess is wrong. So let's run right click and delete those incorrect relationship. We will do this from scratch. And if I back to our the file, so to make the data model, so I hope it's you remember we let me see. So I go to the GitHub, and then within this EA, and go to the Archi tool. We have this Archi HTML repo data model. We did that, and we export that to our file. So this file actually is the base for us to make the data model in Power BI. So we will keep that in mind. I hope is if you don't remember, as I mentioned in the first video, try to print that and put that aside with your hands, then you can use that. But I will show you hands-on. So the key, the table is first is the element, and let's think is every element they may have one or more, or zero or more property. So element has those the ID is the same to this concept ID. So this concept ID then have one-to-many, this proper key. So these two ID have the relationship. So it's one-to-more. And also element similar to the relationship. Relationship also have the relationship ID mapping to the concept ID. So property is quite detailed, so table. So then we have this relationship source ID. That is the one-to-many to this ID. So we can make element ID to source ID, element ID to target ID. So these two, because we have this one is active, this two is not active, and we can make that the active when you use that. But it's by default is a single direction. So you can make that into the double, both. So then it's, you can make the query from property back to the element. So let's change all of them to the by direction. So as long as that they allow you to change it, you can change that and apply. And then again, is for view and folder. We also have the property, right? So view and the folder. So view ID then can also have the concept ID's connection. So let's make this both. And the folder ID same. So folder ID go to concept ID. So what I have now built is same as what we did in the Rise editor. So now if I make that here, then come to the content. So view, we have the view content. So view content have this view ID to view ID. So this one is one-to-many. So make that both direction, folder and folder ID to this folder ID. So make this two direction. And then the content. So folder content, let's see. So within a folder, we may have multiple things. Folder can have the same folder, so that is fine. Folder's content can also be a view, right? So we can have our view folder. So here, this is a folder, and under that is we have a view. So then that means is folder's content ID can be our view ID. So this we can have this double, and the folder can the content can be the element definitely. So we build this, and can be the relationship. But this folder cannot be our property. So, and the folder content can also be our folder ID. So this one, we also have our the additional build. And here is the, you can see folder ID, go to the folder content ID. So, and also we have another one is folders ID, go to the folder contents folder ID. So that is two different. Try to keep in mind is on the this distinguish. Then go to view content. So let's drag this view. So view can be our including our the view. So because some element is I made like here. So here is the, this is our view. So type is the view reference. So that means I can put a hyperlink. So view content ID can also link to the view ID. And then the view content ID can have these elements. And here we can put that as two direction. And the view content ID can also be our relationship. So let's make that double. So all, I think that should be the old relationship. You can now save that. So with those data model created, then you can start to use the Power BI. So let's make our something is all together. So first, let's add the header. So let me see, here is the overview of Archi insurance model. So let me put that here. So normally is you will have one title, and then let me show you this one is the card. So with those, remember we can do the count, but now it's very easy. It's, let's go to the content, it's element ID. So now you get this element and click the drop down. Let's count the distinct. So gave are different. So let me put this as rename that. Rename from the model is also good. Is element ID. So now I have 257 elements, and similarly is I can put just make 3 normally. So you can have these go to the relationship. Replace that by here. Let's rename this to relationship. So we have this 402. Remember, we have the query, and that is actually the 402 result. And similarly is the property. So we have this concept ID. Let's use that same. So just the concept ID, we know that is the property. So now you have this just the scale of your Archi insurance. And the second type of the visual is just this table. So we can make a table, and I put this table is just the element. So I put this element name and element type. These are the basic visual. So just a table. So I make this as just a column is the name. Second is the type. You can put this type earlier, then that will be easier. Is you can put that, but that depends on. So you can just click this and make the this sort. And here is the name. You can sort by name. So, and also the very easily is go to these settings of formats. Go to here. You can set our title. So title is the list of elements. So that is the first one. So you can make that column headers smaller. So that you don't have occupy too much space. So that is one type. And also I show you is the how to make those group by, right? So if I just wanted to use one view to show is what are the different the types of the relationship. You can either use pie chart or you can use our this multi-row card. So if I use the multi-row card and put that here, so maybe I try to save some space. And here I can drop the relationship. If putting here is this field is type. O is the, let me see, so multi-row card. And then the ID, relation ID. And then this relation ID, I use this count. So now I have this one. So but you need to scroll down for that. If you putting that here with small, so I don't click that. So that is the different relationship. Let's move this to the right a little bit. So then you can see, which relationship is represented by which. But if you don't want to see such kind of thing, you can also use tree map. Tree map is give you this heat mapping view. So you can have this legend, you can have label. So I already have those. Don't want the legend, so you can count this label here. This tree map is for such kind of the visual is better than that multi-row the card, because they also give you a scale idea is which are the majority, which are the minority. So that is here. This one is you can click that, then you can see is, that is linking to the different one. So if you have the table related to the relationship, then when you click that, it will be linked. And then that is very easy. So if you want to switch that to the pie chart, that's also our easy way. So let's leave on that. And next one is I want to show you is how you can make some relationship shown. So back to our repo. So this repo is if you come to the view, so maybe we find is some interesting view. So this may be not. So if I want to show is what application service serve the business process. So we are using such kind of the relationship is the trigger and the serving. So trigger is belong to the business process. Serving is from the application service. So element you can see, so we are using application service, and here is the business process. So I will introduce you is how we can make that list. I want to show is the source is the application service, and the destination is the the business process. That information should be inside the relationship. But from here, so what you can only get is I can get a type. So let me put a type. which I know is this type is I only wanted to see the serving. But you can not easily get this from the source ID and the target ID. We need those the information. So there's a two ways. So first way is if you come to here. So go to the relationship. If you come to here, you can actually through this new column make it like it's the source element. Maybe let me say source name is equal to lookup value. So that is kind of our the VLOOKUP similar in the Excel. So lookup value is the result value, search column, and the search value. So result value is on the element's name. Search is the search column is the search element ID based on this column's source ID. So that is the three part. Once you have this, you got the certain calculation for those source. You see not all have this name. So source ID, elements, element ID, element name. So let me see lookup value, source ID. So I don't get our value from here because this source ID looks like it doesn't have the content. So if I have that, is the element ID. I look the source element's name, source ID. Let's go to the second way. So to try. So now within here, so go to the transformation. Normally I use this way. So from the relationship, I will make our merge query within the same parts. From this merge query, let's see, within relationship, I will use the source ID. Within element, I choose the element ID and use the left out by default, and then put here. Then I can expand that is go to this element name, element type. So you can see type and name. So that we can do the rename. Let's go to the rename. Oh, you should select the one column, then go to the rename. Oh, the rename is here. So let me see is the source type and rename this one. Source name. And then do second merge. Now this time merge is from target ID to element ID, same. Now expand again. So also the type and name. I ignore the documentation or specialization. So if you want this, you can have that. Just ensure is to give our meaningful name. So target name, a type, and last is the target name. So once you have this preparation, so let's close that. You don't need to do this lookup. So let's delete this one. So now you have 4 additional columns. And if we back to here, now you can have those links. So I will put this the source. Let's go to the source, go to this table. So before type, I have source. Normally is I have the source and I have the relation type and I have a target and the target type. And then we can do the filter for the target type. So this type is the relationship type. In the target type, for this visual, I only focus on the business process. Source type, I focus on the application service. Now you can see here, give a title. So if I make the title available, so the business application service mapping to business process. So this one, so now you have our list link of this. That is you mirror for such kind of things. You can have the different cross mapping, and also you can have our the list is I want to know is what kind of the element contents with the type. So you can have our this maybe a bar chart. I go to the type is the elements is here. So I gave our legend as the type, and the Y is the element ID. So I think it's X is the here. Now is I do this count distinct. So I got this the contents, and you can sort this by type, not by these numbers. And by default, you click here and sort by the ascendant. So now you have this one, or you can switch that to this horizontal. So that will be also you can see easily from this total. And then the you can make the visual, so data label, and also everything here. So if you want to switching to the other the elements, now you can maybe you can show is the count of the property, count of the relation, count of the folder views. But I will stop here. Is I hope through this way you know how to make the Power BI report. And once you have the remote Power BI's service, and you just click this publish, you can get this file to publish to the online. But I don't publish that. Is I will save this and come to your folder. So you can see this is our PBIX file. So I will upload this file to the GitHub. Then is later on you can also download this if you want. Is to but you need this 7 file as the CSV to be the data source. I will not upload this 7 file. You know how to export those using one single statements, combined statements. So I hope it's through this video you know a little bit about how to visualize in the colorful way of your model within our analytical tool, which I use the Power BI. And also now I finished these 3 videos. I hope you like these, and through this first understand the structure of the HTML report. Second is to go through the query statements syntax, and this one is export our report data to our analytical tool. Now you have a more thoroughly view of this Archi HTML report, and I hope you can well use this report. And if you got any questions, welcome to comments, and I would love to answer to that. And last but not least is also try to access browse the Archi tools forum. That is really the good forum that you can bring your questions there and also learn from the other contributors. Finally, is good luck, and see you in the other videos soon. Okay, bye for now.